You earn 65,000 euros a year. You are not broke. You are not struggling. By most measures, you are doing well. And yet, if someone asked you to write down your actual net worth right now, the number would embarrass you. Not because you spent recklessly, not because you made some catastrophic mistake. Because 3 years of earning 65,000 euros should have produced something real, and it mostly did not. I am not going to tell you to cut your subscriptions. I am not going to show you a budget spreadsheet. I am going to show you the 5 places your money went that you never gave permission to. Because the problem is not what you are spending. It is what is being taken before you get the chance to decide. Extraction 1. Tax. You earn 65,000 euros. You receive approximately 44,000 euros. That gap, 21,000, left your life before you made a single decision. Before you paid rent. Before you bought food. Before you chose anything. Now here is the part that most people on your salary do not know. That gap is not fixed. People at your income level who structure their contributions correctly, pension vehicles, tax-efficient investment wrappers, can legally reduce that gap by 3,000 euros to 5,000 euros a year. Money that would have gone to tax staying in your account instead. Compounding instead of disappearing. Nobody told you this. Not your employer, not the tax office. The default is to take the most. It is your job to override the default. Extraction 2. Lifestyle inflation. You got a raise, and somewhere in the 6 months after that raise, your life got more expensive. Not dramatically. A slightly better apartment, the car you had been thinking about, holidays that felt earned because they were earned. Each decision made complete sense on its own. Together they did something specific. They consumed the raise entirely. The gap between what you earn and what you spend did not change. It just moved to a higher postcode. This is not a discipline failure. This is what happens when income grows without a deliberate decision about where the growth goes. The lifestyle finds it automatically, every single time. The fix is one decision made before the raise arrives, not after. Decide what the raise is for before it hits your account, then automate it out before your lifestyle can find it. Extraction 3. Housing. In most European cities right now, housing costs between 35 and 45% of take-home pay for someone earning your salary. Here is why that number is higher than it should be. The credit system prices housing against what people can borrow. What you can borrow is tied to what you earn. When salaries rise, borrowing capacity rises. When borrowing capacity rises, property prices rise. Your raise went partly into a housing market that repriced itself against your new income. You did not cause this. You are paying for it. And the way you stop paying for it is not by earning more. It is by owning property instead of renting it. So the price increase builds your asset instead of your landlord's. Extraction 4. The savings trap. You have money in a savings account. It feels responsible. It is not building anything. Your savings account pays you 0.5%. Inflation is running at 3%. In real terms, your savings are losing 2.5% of their value every year, while sitting there making you feel secure. The security is real. The growth is an illusion. Savings accounts are for emergencies. 3 to 6 months of expenses, untouched unless something goes wrong. Everything above that amount sitting in a savings account is paying a penalty for not being deployed somewhere it can actually grow. The difference between someone who puts their surplus into an index fund and someone who puts it in a savings account over 20 years is not a small number. It is the difference between 180,000 euros and 40,000 euros from the same monthly contribution. Extraction 5. The compound cost of waiting. The most expensive extraction is the one with no invoice. Every year you wait to start investing is a year of compounding you cannot recover. Not partially, not at a reduced rate. Gone. The 25-year-old who invests 300 euros a month will retire with more money than the 35-year-old who invests 700 euros a month. Not because they contributed more, because they gave the money more time. And time, in compounding, is the only variable that cannot be bought back. Right now you have more of it than you will tomorrow. That is the only window that matters. The solution is not more income. Here is the thing almost everyone gets wrong. They read a list like this and think the answer is to earn more. It is not. Every extraction on this list scales with income. Higher salary means higher tax liability if you do not structure it. Higher salary means a higher lifestyle the moment you allow it. Higher salary means more borrowing capacity and a housing market that takes it. The people who break out of this are not the highest earners. They are the people who interrupted each extraction deliberately, one at a time, starting with the most expensive one, and redirected what they recovered into something that compounds. You do not need more money. You need to stop losing the money you already have. You earn 65,000 euros. You are not building nothing because you are careless. You are building nothing because 5 systems that were designed before you arrived are running their defaults on your income. The defaults can be overridden. They will not override themselves. One decision at a time. Starting this week, starting with the one that costs you the most. The salary was never the problem. The architecture around it was. And unlike the salary, the architecture is yours to change.